ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 ओम श्री राम। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 ओम श्री राम। जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। ओम श्री राम। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 ओम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। ओम श्री राम जय हरि ओम। जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 ओम श्री राम जय राम। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। 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 ओम श्री राम जय राम। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय जय राम। Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai 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 Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Om Shri Ram Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. 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 Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om, pranams to you all. First and foremost thing is, by beloved Papa's blessings and grace, Param Pujya Swami Muktanandji of our beloved Master has arrived after successful completion of his USA and UK Yatra by the blessings of and grace of our Param Pujya Papa, Mataji, Swamiji and all Mahatmas, and especially with all your blessings, all the devotees were. So, all glory to him. Pujya Swamiji is in Bombay, in Pinakin Bhai's house. Till 14th he will be there, and 15th morning he will be flying from there to Mangalore to ashram. By lunchtime most probably he will be in the ashram on 15th. Swamiji will be in ashram. So our heartfelt gratitude to all the devotees. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om. So yesterday we have seen Lord Krishna was telling, Tasma Sarveshu Kaleshu. So, Sarvakala, Sarvavastha, always, constantly we should remember him and fight the life battle. Both should go hand in hand. So, how to keep our mind and intellect on him and then do our job in midst of all our work. That is the biggest challenge to all of us. Anyway, let us go through Nochur Venkatramanji's Bhagavad Gita, 6th chapter, that is Dhyana, Atma Samyama Yoga, how to connect. Let us see. Some years ago, a few of us were, he is telling, a few of were sitting on the bank of a river in Kerala. The river has a beautiful name, Sokanashini. The name of the river is Shokanashini. Shokanashini means that which removes sorrow. After basking a while in the summer heat of Kerala, we decided to take a dip in the river's cool waters. The water was covered with moss and green scum, and people were uncomfortable about getting in. The water was not clear, it is little dirty. So they were all not willing. I was about to step into the slimy waters when a sadhaka in our group cautioned, Swami, be careful. There are broken shells and glass pieces at the bottom. You are about to go to the river and get into, but please be careful. Nevertheless, I went ahead and plunged in. To the amazement of all, I surfaced holding a Krishna idol. I handed over the beautiful idol to that sadhaka who till date preserves and worships it. Somehow that Krishna idol had been lying there unknown. We had no idea about the divine hidden in the waters. Comprehensive of the glass pieces and broken shells. But what we gained was the Lord Himself. Meditation is like this. When we take a dip within the waters of the mind and dive deep into the heart, we have no idea what is in store for us. Though we go within expecting something ordinary like a shell, what we chance upon is a precious pearl, the divine Himself. A mind in meditation, the magnificence of it fascinates a seeker. The moment a mature seeker beholds a yogi in meditation, the seed of enlightenment is sown in his heart. The mind that meditates is the source of beauty, knowledge, power, and bliss. The mind that meditates is the source of beauty, knowledge, power, and bliss. The rapture one attains in the fruition of meditation is called samadhi. Dhi is intellect, and when it is reaches the state of true tranquility, then that is sama or samadhi. Dhi means buddhi, that is intellect. When it reaches sama, that is called samadhi. Buddhi reaches sama, samatva, then it is called samadhi. In this state, all disturbances are liquidated. Vikalpa means disturbance, and nirvikalpa means freedom from all disturbances. Vikalpa means disturbances. Nirvikalpa means freedom from all disturbances. There is no disturbance inside, Shanti. Here, age. Describing this elevated portion, which makes logic look ridiculous, which makes the world a zero, and transforms man as God. Swami Vivekananda declares that state, I have drunk from that portion which makes logic look ridiculous. There is no use there. Which makes the world a zero and transforms man as God. This is the glorious destination towards which the meditator walks alone. Without gaining this ecstasy of meditation, it is impossible to wean a seeker out of the rut of sensory attraction. Acharyas have defined bhakti as anusandhanam, which also means contemplation or meditation. Purification of the mind and attainment of realization happen only through meditation. Purification of the mind and essence of spiritual life. Purification of the mind and the attainment of realization happen only through meditation. Meditation is indeed the essence of spiritual life, where one closes all the outer doors. One closes the all outer doors and enters into the realm of innermost sacred chamber, the heart. Enters into the realm of innermost sacred chamber of our heart and worships one's own inner being with the flowers of pure awareness, not outside flowers. With the flowers of pure awareness. Peace of the inner being is uncovered. Habits of the mind, such as memory, imagination, and emotion, are all subdued by the yogi. Meditation marks the beginning of a holy journey, a tirthayatra. We go outside tirthayatra with so much of money spending, then energy spending, and taking so many troubles. Real tirthayatra is within us. Meditation marks the beginning of a holy journey, a tirthayatra, from the known to the knower. From the known to the knower. A holy dip in the sacred waters of the Atman. So Ganga, we go there, no? Atma, waters of holy water. Atman is inside. A true devotee easily weans himself of all positions due to his passionate attraction to his beloved deity. His mind naturally stays in a loving meditative mood, prema samadhi, because he loves his beloved God. A yogi must find true meditative rapture within. His entire vital energy must find its way to his heart to explore as divine ecstasy. In such inner celebration, all outer pleasure, all outer pleasure or pleasure seeking naturally comes down. Once we go deep into that, then outside it won't make any difference. Doesn't matter. All outer pleasure seeking naturally comes down. When passionate indifference, vairagya, to all that is worldly sets in, and the mind seeks the true self, then begins jnana vichara. In jnana vichara too, until one settles into the profound peace of nididhyasana, one will continue to be disturbed by the world. Unless we stabilize, you can see chairs are also there. So unless we get stabilized, we should continue doing nididhyasana. Why it is so difficult to get out of pleasure seeking in the sensory plane? That's what why. Why is it so difficult to get out of pleasure seeking in the sensory plane? The reason is obvious. Sensory pleasures bring about momentary meditative states. Momentary meditative states. They make a person free of all thoughts for the time being. It is very short, but it makes all thoughts. There is no thought there. They make a person free of all thoughts for the time being. In the lowest center, they induce ecstasy. Perhaps this is the only ecstasy a person can experience until he gets a glimpse of the highest center. Hence, the natural way to freedom from the attraction of senses is by steadily moving upwards. The true yogi safely leaves behind the lower centers and gains entry to the higher centers. His joy also becomes more and more refined. More and more refined. Peace gains more fascination than pleasure. Peace gains more fascination than pleasure. And when his inner sense organs, and when his inner sense opens the heart center, true meditative poise sets in. From here onwards, the inner bliss holds him firm in the path. Hence, it is always better to use the word samadhi as a synonym of jnana samadhi. This word holds the power of energizing the seeker at the start of the quest. For a mature seeker, the word might not matter. But for a novice, each word is a devata. The dream of an initiated one is to attain the samadhi state, the state where the mind merges and finds ultimate ecstasy in the Atman. Seeing this transcendental state is what made ordinary people recognize Buddha, Shankaracharya, Sri Ramakrishna, Sri Ramana, and many other saints. Intellectual knowledge cannot attract the common folk. Intellectual knowledge cannot attract the common folk. They respond to wisdom only. They respond to wisdom only when it carries the flavor of samadhi. Innocent people are able to intuit the inner by seeing the yogi's demeanor and spiritual radiance. The unmistakable otherworldliness visible in a yogi is indeed a sign and deep samadhi experience. The peace of a yogi spreads tranquility around him because he always maintains his inner peace and happiness. That's why anybody goes into their contact, they also have the glimpse of it. Even animals, birds and plants receive that vibration. The rocks and the earth too respond to his state of bliss. Bliss is Brahman, says the Upanishad. The same Upanishad says the knower of Brahman is Brahman. It means that the knower of Brahman is bliss. Hence, to come in contact with a yogi in meditation is to come in contact with bliss. Brahma samsparsham sukham. Knowledge gives us inspiration, but bliss can happen only in meditation. Knowledge gives us inspiration, but bliss can happen only in, bliss comes only by meditation. Hence, make it a habit to meditate. Make it a habit to. So how can a thing can become habit? By regularly perseverance, same time, same way, same thing, repeatedly, regularly doing, regularity with discipline. Hence make it a habit to meditate. The mind learns the great art of constantly cleansing itself in the meditative hours. The impurities occurred during the day are washed out in the twilight meditation. The impurities of the night are cleansed in the dawn meditation, say the Vedas. The Vedas themselves prescribe meditation thrice a day: dawn, noon, dusk. That is early morning sunrise time, afternoon midday, then sunset time. The discipline of meditating thrice every day is the highest offering done by an initiated Vedic student. Try Savanam. This simple rite is called Sandhya Vandanam. It means meditative worship. So at least once or twice we should try thrice: sunrise, sunset and dawn. These are the 3 times, but any time we can meditate, but these are the more power, energy will be there, because with sunlight they connect it. Auspicious. And then the Prakriti, the nature also will be in Sattva Guna. We have got 3 gunas: Sattva, Rajas and Tamas. The nature is made up of 3 gunas. So the Sattva Guna will be there morning from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Then 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. again Rajo Guna, activity. Then 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. again Sattva Guna, evening. Night 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. it is Tamo Guna. So when we are in Sattva Guna, nature in Sattva Guna, sadhana becomes easy. With less effort, more benefit. That is why Rishis and Mahatmas, they prescribe. Get up early morning, get up early morning. Many Mahatmas says. Vision of a meditating yogi. Vision of a meditating yogi, correct. Vision of a meditating yogi. Sri Ramakrishna once asked his devotee Mahendra to bring him a painting of a yogi in meditation. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, his disciple, he asked, kindly bring a yogi in meditation. His eyes must be half open and have the vacant look of a roosting bird. Such pictures elevate the mind. Why half open? The eyes, if we close fully, we feel sleepy. If we keep open fully, outside world and worldly objects will, mind goes outside. That is why they say half open will be better. And vacant look, that means their look, only eyes are open half, but the vision is inside, inner. Sri Ramakrishna once asked his devotee Mahendra to bring him a painting of yogi in meditation. His eyes must be half open and have the vacant look of a roosting bird. Such pictures elevate the mind. This was the instruction of the saint. The eyes of a meditative mind hint at the profundity of infinitude. They have a rare glow of love. Just beholding such a one elevates a sadhaka to mystical moods. In the life of Sri Ramakrishna, we see that his samadhi state profoundly influenced all who were in contact with him. They absorbed that rapture deeply in their being. Even great sages dream of days of undisturbed meditation. At the height of his fame, Swami Vivekananda wrote to one of his disciples that he was fed up with crowds and would soon wind up everything and retire to a jungle. Swami Vivekananda wrote to one of his disciples that he was fed up with crowds and would soon wind up everything and retire to a jungle. Read the Gita and meditate, meditate, and meditate for hours. The very thought is ennobling. That is how Swami Vivekananda told. Bhagavan Sri Ramana Maharishi always maintained a meditative poise in his being. There was no time when the sage was not in samadhi. This sacred state of the sage tremendously influenced the seekers who visited him. To behold the sage deeply absorbed in the sublime self is one of the most marvelous experiences one could have. There were times when the sage was often found absorbed, statue-like, Ramana Maharshi, like a statue. It won't move, no? Statue-like, amidst the crowd of devotees. His very being radiating the divine. More than his words and all his spoken teaching, it is this state of samadhi that influenced seekers deeply. So we are now commencing the commentary on the 6th chapter here. Bhagavan expounds on the sacred path of meditation and reveals various methods for unearthing the greatest treasure hiding within. In the first sloka, Bhagavan describes the characteristics of a sannyasi and a yogi. Sloka number 1. Sri Bhagavanuvacha Sri Bhagavanuvacha Anashritah karma phalam Karyam karma karoti yaha Sasanyasi cha yogi cha Na niragnirna chakriyaha. Sri Bhagavan said, he who discharges his duty without seeking its fruits is a sannyasi and a yogi, not he who has merely given up the sacred fire and his activities. The secret of spiritual life lies in desirelessness. Secret of spiritual life is desirelessness. After many years of tapas, Buddha, like all yogis, concluded that desires must be given up and declared so. This indeed was the breakthrough insight in his spiritual seeking. This is the center, the pivot. This is the center of spiritual life. Keeping this in mind, let us enter into this chapter. So what is the most important thing? Desirelessness. So what we have to remember, do not desire but to deserve it. Deserve, not to have desire. Deserve it. So, the secret of spiritual life lies in desirelessness. After many years of tapas, Buddha, like all yogis, concluded that desires must be given up and declared so. This indeed was the breakthrough insight in his spiritual seeking. So, a true meditator is recognized by his inner state even when he walks in the world. Hence, at the beginning of this chapter, Bhagavan hints about these qualities of a yogi. Na niragnihi, not the one who has merely given up the worship of the sacred fire. Traditionally, the one who gives up Agni and Vedic rituals is called a sannyasi. As per the Vedic system, sannyasa is a license for a Brahmin to give up his Vedic rituals, including his worship of the sacred threefold fire. So, Brahmins who are Agnihotris are expected to worship Agni according to the Mimamsa Shastra. As long as one is alive, one should worship Agni. It is not easy to come out of performing these rituals. It is for this reason that the Vedas have prescribed sannyasa. The moment one takes up sannyasa, he enters another life. He is dead both to this world and to the other world. Swargaloka and Bhuloka, both. He renounces the pleasures of the here and as well as of the hereafter. That is, he won't desire for heavenly things or here, everything. He is dead for the world. In fact, the scriptures prohibit a sannyasi from using fire even for cooking. They partake of only the bhiksha cooked and offered by others. The akar robe that sannyasis wear is of the color of Agni. It symbolizes that they have swallowed the Agni and are wearing the Gnana Agni in their being. Gnana Agni in their being. The akar robe that sannyasis wear is of the color of Agni. It symbolizes that they have swallowed the Agni and are wearing the Gnana Agni in their being. A sannyasi's body, it symbolizes that they have swallowed the Agni and are wearing the Gnana Agni in their being. A sannyasi's body is a symbolic of a wick which wears the flame of fire. A sannyasi's body is symbolic of a wick which wears the flame of fire. Hence, he stays without the outer fire altar, niragnihi. Na cha akriyaha, not the one who has given up rituals. A Brahmin is supposed to perform many kriyas from morning to night. Sandhya Vandana, then Upasana or Agnihotra, Vaishvavedeva, Brahma Yajna, some yajnas and all. So mantras are to be chanted while going about daily activities like taking a bath and eating. It is not an ideal life, it is an ideal, rhythmic and systematic life with many prescribed activities that invoke worshipping and reverting various aspects of life. When one takes up sannyasa, all these rituals are left behind. Once they take up sannyasa, no need to do all these things. I'll tell later. With many prescribed activities that involve worshipping and revering various aspects of. When one takes up sannyasa, all these rituals are left behind. But here, Bhagavan defines sannyasa differently. Usually that is the ritual thing, Vedas. He says differently. Not as merely the giving up of karma, it lies in the giving up of doership. If one were to give up all these actions externally and remain idle, that would only lead to obesity, not realization. సిక్స్త్ చాప్టర్ చదివారా మీరు? ధ్యాన యోగం, ఆత్మ సంయమ యోగం అంటారు భగవద్గీతలో. సో ఫస్ట్ శ్లోకం ఉంది కదా, దాంట్లో చెప్తున్నారు సన్యాస అంటే ఏంటి, యోగి అంటే ఎవరు అని. సన్యాసం అంటే మామూలుగా బ్రాహ్మిన్స్ పూజలు అవన్నీ చేస్తారు కదండి, రిచువల్స్ ఉంటాయి, అగ్నిహోత్రాలు అవన్నీ చేస్తారు, మంత్రాలు చాంట్ చేస్తారు, అవన్నీ వదిలిపెట్టి మామూలుగా సన్యాసం ఇస్తే బ్రాహ్మణులు అవి చెయ్యే అవసరం లేదు. వాళ్ళు కనీసం వండుకొని తినడానికి కూడా అగ్ని ఉపయోగించే అవసరం లేదు, వాళ్ళు భిక్ష మీదనే ఉంటారన్నమాట. అంటే ఆ అగ్నిని వదిలేయడం అని కాదు, సో భగవంతుడు ఇక్కడ శ్రీకృష్ణ భగవానుడు డిఫరెంట్గా చెప్తున్నాడు. వదిలేయడం అంటే ఏం వదిలేయాలంటే డూయర్షిప్, అంటే నేను కర్తను అనే భావనని వదిలేయాలి. కర్త భావనని వదిలేయాలి. భావన, కర్మని వదిలేయ అవసరం లేదు. కర్మను వదిలేస్తే మనం ఒళ్ళు పెంచుకొని అలా లావ్ అయిపోతాం, ఒబేసిటీ అని చెప్పి చెప్తున్నారు ఆయన. అలా కాదు, నేను కర్తను అనే భావనని, డూయర్షిప్ వదిలేయాలి అని చెప్తున్నారు. అది వదిలేసిన వాళ్ళే సన్యాసి, అంతేగాని అగ్నిని వదిలేయడము లేకపోతే పూజలు వదిలేయడం అని కాదు. తర్వాత సన్యాసి డ్రెస్ గురించి చెప్పారు. సో సన్యాసి డ్రెస్ దేనికి సింబాలిక్ అని చెప్పేసి, అంటే ఆ డ్రెస్సే జ్ఞానాగ్నికి సింబల్ అనమాట. అందుకని అగ్ని వదిలేస్తారు వాళ్ళు, వీళ్ళు జ్ఞానాగ్నిలో ఉంటారు అనమాట. ఆ డ్రెస్ చూసినప్పుడు మనకు అది అర్థం కావాలి. Realization comes only when the knowledge dawns that one is not the doer. నేను కర్తను కాదు అనేటువంటి జ్ఞానం వచ్చినప్పుడే మనకి భగవంతుని యొక్క సాక్షాత్కారం అవుతుంది. మనం కర్త అవునా కదా? ఆర్ వి ద డూయర్స్ ఆర్ నాట్? సో హీ సేస్ రియలైజేషన్ కమ్స్ ఓన్లీ వెన్ ద నాలెడ్జ్ డాన్స్ దట్ వన్ ఈజ్ నాట్ ద డూయర్. Presently we feel we are the doers. That is the language we use, no? I did this, I went there, I have done this. Are we the real doers? We have to look into it. No, I only went. No, how can I say I did not go? I went. So who is God? God is a subtle, mysterious power. He is the indweller of all. He is all pervading. It is a power because of which we are alive. So Papa used to say life is the expression of Atman, life principle, because of which we are alive, because of which the words are coming, because of which we are able to hear, we are able to move. Otherwise we are a dead body. Life goes, we become dead body, no? When life is there, we are alive. All activities are going on. When life gone, no activity is going on because body is there, all organs are present, but nothing is functioning. This we have seen. ఇప్పుడు మనం కర్త అనుకుంటున్నాం కదా, మనం కర్త అవునా కాదా? ఎందుకంటే భగవంతుడు అనేది ఒక శక్తి, ఒక పవర్ కదా. అది లైఫ్ ప్రిన్సిపల్ రూపంలో మనం వాడుక భాషలో ప్రాణం అంటాం, కానీ ప్రాణం కాదు, ప్రాణానికి ఆధారమైంది. ఆ ప్రాణం ఉన్నప్పుడు అన్ని పనులు జరుగుతున్నాయి కదా. దీంట్లో వినగలుగుతున్నాం, మాట్లాడగలుగుతున్నాం, వినగలుగుతున్నాం, చూడగలుగుతున్నాం కదా, కదులుతున్నాం, అన్నీ అవుతుంది. కానీ ఈ ప్రాణం పోగానే మనం శవాన్ని చూసాం కదా, అన్ని అవయవాలు ఉంటాయి కానీ ఏ అవయవము పనిచేయట్లేదు. అంటే ఆ ప్రాణం ఉన్నప్పుడు అవి పనిచేస్తున్నాయి అంటే ఇది చేస్తుందా, ఆ ప్రాణశక్తి అంటే ఆ పరమాత్మ శక్తి చేస్తుందా? మరి పరమాత్మ శక్తి చేస్తే నేను చేస్తున్నానని ఎలా చెప్తావు? అది లోపల భావన అది ఉండాలి. పరమాత్మ శక్తితో ఇది జరపబడుతుంది. నేను కర్తను కాను దేనికి కూడా. ఈవెన్ ఈ మాట వస్తుందంటే ఆయన శక్తితో, ఆయన దగ్గర నుంచి, ఆయన ప్రతి ఒక్కళ్ళ నోటితోని కూడా ఆయననే మాట్లాడుతున్నారు. ఈజ్ స్పీకింగ్ త్రూ ఆల్, ఈజ్ లిజనింగ్ త్రూ ఆల్ ఇయర్స్, ఈజ్ సీయింగ్ త్రూ ఆల్ ఇయర్స్. But usually we think we are the doers. That is the problem. But in Vyavahara you have to say I have done it, otherwise confusion will come. There is nothing wrong. But condition is while telling that I did this, he says remember inside the real doer is God. That is enough. Outside, because Vyavahara, relative plane, you may need to tell that you have done it. But inside, the bhavana should be, it is God who made me do it. That's why Papa never used to say I, no. His I has gone because Ramdas has gone, Ramdas has done, Ramdas talks. Because that was established in him, I am not the doer. That is the reason. That getting established, we know, but still the feeling will come, I did, then gone. Inside bhavana is more important. Outside we may tell we have done, because loka vyavahara it is difficult. But we should know inside it is that power of God which is making me to do, which is making me to walk, which is making me to talk. Every moment we should be aware. It's not once we tell, we talk, but feeling has to come from the heart. It is God who is making me to speak. It is God who is making me to see. And any success comes, it belongs to whom? To me or to God? Suppose something great we do, we are made to do by God, success comes, the honor should go to whom? To God, isn't it? We are only instrument, no? But we take it, no? I feel low. We should take it and pass it on immediately. Many years back when Papa was there, Sachidanand Swamiji, he just took sannyas and came and all. People started prostrating. He got so honored, I won't deserve, I don't want this. Why they are prostrating, Papa? He went and told, Papa, I don't like these things. And why do you worry? Papa said, you pass it on to Ramdas. Don't keep it. Pass it on to Ramdas. Then you are free. Like that, God also has given us power of attorney to receive it and pass it on to him. But what we do is, we take it, but after that we forget to give it to him. Their problem comes. Then bondage, no? Doership is their bondage. Mentally we have to pass it on to them. So whoever is doing pranams to us, it is not to us. This body nobody will do. Because that power of God is there inside, to that power they are doing. If I think they are doing it to me, gone. God is seated here. That is why this body is alive. That is why they are coming and doing pranams, not to you. So what happens otherwise? Oh, yesterday she has done, pranams. Today she is not looking, she is going this way. Isn't it? So nobody will do it to you. And Once we know God is seated in everybody, we are doing pranams to God, we can't keep quiet, we do it, isn't it? The other person likes it or not, as I do, because I see God in them, isn't it? వాళ్ళు ఏమనుకుంటున్నారు కదా, వాళ్ళలో పరమాత్మ ఉన్నాడు కాబట్టి వాళ్ళకి ప్రణామాలు చేస్తున్నాం మనం కదా. ఈ పర్సనాలిటీ కాదు ప్రణామాలు చేసేది, ఆ పరమాత్మ శక్తికి. ఆ పరమాత్మ శక్తికి నేను చేస్తున్నాను అని తెలిస్తే నువ్వు ఎవరికి కూడా చెయ్యకుండా ఉండలేవు కదా. డిఫరెన్స్ ఉండదు. ఇప్పుడు ఏంటంటే ఫలానా వాళ్ళకి అమ్మగారికి అయ్యగారికి పెట్టాలంటే వాళ్ళకి ఎందుకు పెట్టాలండి, అసలు వాళ్ళకి మంచి చేస్తే గుర్తే ఉండదు, వాళ్ళని ఎందుకు పలకరించాలి, వాళ్ళకి ఎందుకు నమస్కారం చేయాలి, అలా వస్తుంది కదా, బికాజ్ పర్సనాలిటీ. కానీ పవరు వన్నే కదా, అది పరమాత్మ పవర్. మీ అందరికీ తెలిసే ఉంటుంది, మన ఇండియన్ కల్చర్లో నమస్కారం ఉంది కదా. ఇండియన్స్ అందరూ కూడా నమస్కారం పెడతారు కదా, నమస్కారం. వాట్ డస్ ఇట్ మీన్? వాట్ డస్ ఇట్ మీన్? కరెక్టే. ఇంకా though we look two, God and me separate, but we are one. Means the God in you, God in me is one. We are looking separate, but we are one. You and me are not separate, we are one. Profound meanings are there in our namaskar. నీ రూప నామరూపాలు, యువర్ నేమ్ అండ్ ఫామ్ ఈజ్ డిఫరెంట్, మై నేమ్ అండ్ ఫామ్ ఈజ్ డిఫరెంట్, వీఆర్ లుకింగ్ టూ, నో, బట్ వీఆర్ వన్. విత్ దట్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్ ఐఎమ్ డూయింగ్. సో ఐఎమ్ డూయింగ్ ప్రణామ్స్ టు మై సెల్ఫ్ ఓన్లీ, నాట్ టు ఎనీబడి ఎల్స్. whomever I do pranams, I am doing to myself in another name and form, all names and forms. Then I love to do namaskar to myself, no. I don't, any differentiation should not be there. No differentiation will be there, no. Otherwise, why you are not doing namaskar, why you are not talking to me, why this person is like that, all that will come and mind is disturbed. So realization comes only when the knowledge dawns that one is not the doer. So we should remember every moment, not once, twice, always. ఎల్లప్పుడూ గుర్తుపెట్టుకోవాలి. That bhavana should continue. Tasma sarveshu kaleshu. Always, constantly we should remember we are not the doer. Once this happens, that remembering that we are not the doers, we will not be bound even if the body does the necessary actions. Body may be doing, but we are not bound, no bondage, because we are not having the bhavana, the doership. This is what happens when Bhagavan says here, anashritaha karma phalam. Generally, an action is performed with the desire for its fruit. Any action performed without ashraya, dependence on the results of action, will not bind. This is a secret here. We desire, isn't it? If you do without desire, anyway phal will come. If you desire, it will come. If you don't desire also, it will come. Any work done, the ఫల్ విల్ కమ్, నో. మనం ఏం చేస్తే కూడా దానికి ఫలితం వస్తుంది కదండి. మనం ఇప్పుడు కోరికతో చేసినా వస్తుంది, కోరిక లేకుండా చేసినా ఫలం వస్తుంది. పని చేస్తే ఫలం వస్తుంది, అంతే కదా. కానీ కోరిక లేకుండా చేస్తే బంధం ఉండదు, కోరికతో చేస్తే బంధం. ఫలం అదే వస్తుంది. నువ్వు కోరుకున్నా అదే వస్తుంది, కోరుకోకపోయినా అదే వస్తుంది. నీ ఇష్ట ప్రకారం రాదు, ఎందుకంటే భగవంతుని యొక్క లా ప్రకారం వస్తుంది అది కదా. చెప్పడం కాదు, అది మనకు వస్తుందా, మనసులో వస్తుందా? ఆర్ వీ ఫీలింగ్? దట్ ఈస్ వై డిజర్వ్ ఇట్, నాట్ డిజైర్. The problem does not lie in the performance of action, but in the desire that propels it. కర్మలో ప్రాబ్లం, బంధం లేదు. When we do action, there is no bondage in the action. Bondage comes only when I feel I have a desire. Expectation, desire. ఇది చేస్తే ఇది రావాలి. ఈ గుడికి వెళ్తే దండం పెడితే ఇది ఇవ్వాలి భగవంతుడు. If the action is not desire driven and is being performed for the benefit of all, or if it is one's swadharma, then it will not bind. If for the benefit of all people, if we do, it won't become bondage without desire. Or as a swadharma, it is ordained to me, I am supposed to do what all my duties are there. That way also it is not bind. But whenever I have a desire and then do, it will bind. So if we desire or not, the result will be same and it is given by God. If without desire, if we do, we become freedom from the action. Action doesn't bind, action doesn't have any bondage. Only the bhavana binds. Bhavana. That is what happens. Mahatmas also do so many actions, so much of work they do for welfare of the all. They are not bound because they don't have doership. There is no enjoyership, there is no desire that. But they do it for the welfare of all. Something is needed for somebody, immediately they do, they give, but they never feel they are doing it, and they don't expect anything written from you, isn't it? Not even thanks, they don't even look into. And many ordinary people will do like this. It's not God only, Mahatmas. If we see in our daily life, day-to-day life, many people we come across, they just do and go away. They don't even expect one thanks. Many people. All of us must have come across in our life some incidents. చాలా మంది చేస్తారు ఆర్డినరీ వాళ్ళు కదా, ఏమి ఎక్స్పెక్టేషన్ లేకుండా మంచి చేసి వెళ్ళిపోతూనే ఉంటారు. సో వీ షుడ్ ట్రై. చంద్రశేఖర భారతి స్వామి అండ్ శివ పూజ. కార్యం కర్మ కరోతి యః. కార్యం కర్మ మీన్స్ నియతం కర్మ, the actions that the body is habituated to. Chandrasekhar Bharati Swami was a mighty spiritual master who belonged to the parampara of Sringeri Mutt. He was always in such an elevated spiritual state that he could not perform the activities related to the administration of the mutt. Appointing another sannyasi to take this up, he completely withdrawn from these affairs and lived aloof most of the time. One of his devotees observed him doing Shiva Puja every day, and one day he asked, Swamiji, you have withdrawn from the mutt and from all involvement with worldly activities in order to free of action. You are a sannyasi and are not enjoined to perform rituals such as puja. Despite all this, why do you continue with this puja? The Swami smiled at him and remarked, what else do you expect me to do? Yes, indeed. When the body is habituated doing something, it just continue to do it. There is no purpose for the action. Why are you doing this? There is no purpose, because it got used to doing puja, he is just doing it. It is not done seeking any benefit from God. It is just that the body is doing that activity out of sheer habit. Whatever karma is needed to be done by a body gets done through that body. It goes on. That is the feeling Mahatmas will have. శరీరము చేయడానికి అలవాటు పడింది కాబట్టి అది చేస్తూ ఉంటుంది అంతే. ఏమి ఎక్స్పెక్టేషన్ ఉండదు, ఏమీ ఉండదు, అలా జరుగుతూ ఉంటుంది అంతే. శివ పూజ అందుకే చేస్తున్నానని చెప్పారు ఆయన. సన్యాసి చ యోగి చ. సత్య వన్ ఈజ్ ఎ సన్యాసి అండ్ యోగి. ఈజ్ ఎ రియల్ renunciate. He is not someone who has simply given up fire related rituals and outward actions. He is a jnani and also a karma yogi. For a sadhaka, it is beneficial to have some amount of external activity such as rituals, worship, or some noble service dedicated to the divine. Such activities help to dissipate any surface energy that may cause disturbance during his meditation. And what remains is the distilled essence or the cream of one's vitality. This rare-field energy is highly refined and makes the mind absorbed in meditation. Many sadhakas in Arunachala have remarked that going around the holy hill for pradakshana has been a helpful aid for their meditation. The meditation that seems impossible while sitting down becomes very easy and effortless while walking. Giri Pradakshana. You all must have heard, no? There is a Giri in Arunachala. Giri Pradakshana. Why do they do? Because meditation time so many thoughts may be coming. When they walk, they say meditation is easier and effortless. The surface energy is expended in the effort that is put into walking. Along with walking, when one contemplates deeply, deeper levels of energy get conserved in the heart. Many mystics have stumbled upon the secret of walking meditation. They have discovered that long walks greatly enhance their meditation. That's why many people walking, no? They do walking. So that surface energy gets dissolved and then deeper energy gets. So walking meditation. Many mystics have stumbled upon the secret of walking meditation. They have discovered that long walks greatly enhance their meditation. Many saints walked all their lives. In all spiritual traditions, service rendered in the place of worship or to the Guru is considered greatly purifying. In a way, this chapter reveals the practicals of spiritual life. Mind is nothing but thoughts and emotions. What is mind? Bundle of thoughts are called mind. It is full of emotions and thoughts. On deeper analysis, it is found that thoughts and emotions are nothing but scattered energy. Energy is when scattered in so many directions. Energy is scattered, then that becomes thoughts and emotions. On deeper analysis, it is found that thoughts and emotions are nothing but scattered energy. When prana or vital energy is disturbed, it becomes the mind. When prana or vital energy is disturbed, it becomes the mind. Prana in conflict is mind, whereas the same prana, when in perfect order, is harmony, health and vitality. Thoughts have no place in such a harmonious state. Action, vital energy, mind. This is a sequence from outside to inside. Any unresolved action creates disorder in the prana. It brings about discordant nodes in the prana. Such chaotic prana creates an inner disturbance, and that is the mind. If action creates no ripple in the system, if action creates no ripple in the system, the mind is not born. Mind is a symptom of disorder. Mind is a symptom of disorder. The conflict between action and prana. The conflict between action and prana. Action can become purna, completely resolved, only when one has learned the secret of karma yoga. Performing karma without counting on the fruit. Anashrita karma phalam. The desire for the fruit of action, which in itself is unpredictable. Can we predict what is the result? Because only we have adhikara to do action. Because what phal comes, nobody can predict. So, anashrita karma phalam. The desire for the fruit of action, which in itself is unpredictable, creates conflict. When the result is favorable, one is happy. When it is more than expected, it leads to exhilaration. When unfavorable, unhappiness sets in. When the result is adverse or has an ill effect, anger and depression set in. This is due to anchoring the mind on the fruits of action. All these problems bound a person who burns with desire. If one can find joy in the sheer acting alone without any other expectation, then the action ends here and now. There is no action. Action will be there, but inaction. Such action is complete action. Pardon? Example. Without, I don't have any expectation, because I just do it, that's all, for doing sake. I don't expect. Suppose we go and help somebody. Somebody is going on the road. Some bus is coming. They are not aware. Isn't it? What do? We see them. Vehicle is coming. What do? Do I thought anything? Any thought is there in that? Thought is not there, because some feeling comes, from within. What happens to us? As if we are going, something is happening to us, only that feeling, spontaneously we act, no? There is no thought involved, no? Mind is there, that makes desire, isn't it? So like that, anything I do, Mahatmas and all, they won't expect anything, isn't it? Just do it. Then needy, they see, just it comes from the heart, they do it, that's all. They won't expect anything, that you should come back, you should thank, or your family should come, again you should get contact, nothing. Many people are there. One person, Swamiji used to share in many Satsangs, he goes to villages, village to village. In one village, he collects all the people, do Sankirtan. He cooks himself, collects all the material, cooks, gives food to everybody, but he won't take food there. He will go to another place and take. No expectation. He won't stay there also, he just walks. Many people are there, many people are there who are doing, no expectation. Just they feel it for humanity, compassion comes and they just do it. So many people will be there. In our life also many we must have come across. We wonder why they do like that. Take example of Mataji. They were a household only. When Mataji, when she was also married, she had children and all. How much compassion she had means, anybody comes, she used to come to ashram walking and all, no. Any lady meets and says, I don't have a sari. She used to go behind the tree or something, cut her sari half. She wears half and gives half and goes back. Then she used to have bigger sari, 8 meters or something. Then they used to find again half sari only. Then they started cutting and giving small saris to her. If we give like this, she will do like. It's not that somebody tells her, she just gives spontaneous. It's not that somebody comes, nothing. She will see that comes and just gives. Many people used to think she's a mad. Why she is doing it? She knows. But she used to do. That continued even after becoming here, coming and settling down also, she used to do that. Once one lady came, this is a real incident happened, people have seen, they were there. Somebody came to Mataji, so she cried and said, we don't have food, whole family, we didn't have 2-3 days food, my children are crying at home, I don't have anything to wear also. So much a problem is there. She cried. Then immediately Mataji said, take her, give her bath, given the cloth to wear. Then she asked for all provisions to get it and tied it. Then she told one of the ashram person to go with her to her house and then leave all the provision. Tell the neighbors it is from ashram. Otherwise they may think that she has brought it from somewhere. How much thinking, just think, not giving. When she goes, because she is a poor lady, when she goes home, neighbors may think she must have robbed or something wrong she has done, no? That feeling should not come. So you go with her, leave her at home, tell the neighbors also that it is given by ashram and then come. That giving also, there is no, beyond they think and give. No reason will be there, no expectation. This is written in the book also. This one person came. He didn't had any earnings and livelihood. So he said, what shall we do? Amma, I don't have anything. Then she said, okay, I'll do one thing. I'll give you one cow, you take. Then sell the milk and then continue. So he took the cow. After a few days he came back. He says, Amma, you gave the cow, but I don't have a shed to keep the cow. Then she told somebody, make a shed. Then after a few days again he came. I don't have anything to feed the cow. Then she told to supply all for the cow, what all is needed for feeding. Then after some time again he came. Amma, you gave all the things. Now cow is started giving so much of milk. Nobody to buy. What shall I do? She said, why do you worry? Sell it to me. I will give you the money. She started buying and giving money. Papa himself wrote, what a giving. Giving also, there is no word in her dictionary. Nothing. This is all happened. People have witnessed. They won't think. There's nothing, no desire. Somebody should tell us like this. Nothing will be there. They just feel it and do it. Because they won't feel separateness, otherness. There is no other to them. Everything is God. Everyone is God's form. That feeling. If suppose our own guru or God comes in that form, what do we do? How do we behave? With that feeling they do. Not so and so person. Otherwise our mind comes, start thinking whether they deserve it or not, whether to give or not to give, to do or not. So many things comes, mind will not be there when that type of hell comes. Mind is absent. Mind is there, it will interfere. Desire is created by mind only. That's why they say Manonasha Vasanakshaya. Both should take place. Manonasha Vasanakshaya. Vasana is desire. Vasanakshaya Manonasha. Vasanakshaya takes place, Manonasha takes place. Manonasha takes place, Vasanakshaya happens. Both are interconnected. Manonasha Vasanakshaya. Then real Tattva Gnana. Then clarity will come and Gnana. Otherwise clarity won't come. Then Tattva Gnana. That knowledge of the self will dawn in us. Unless these two happens, how much we hear, the knowledge won't take place. Manonasha, Vasanakshaya, both happens, Tattva Gnana takes place. The Gnana about the self will come to us. That is what Mahatma says. Oh, time is over. We'll continue tomorrow. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. What is today's take-home message? No doership should be there, isn't it? Doership is the bondage. Desire is the bondage. No? Who is the doer? God is the doer. I am only an instrument in His hands. Every moment we should feel in all our activities, not one. No doership and no desire. Because if we desire or not, God will give what is to be given, isn't it? If I desire, same thing will come. If I don't desire also, same thing will come. So that's why instead of concentrating on desire, concentrate on deserve. I should become eligible to get that, qualification. We should qualify to get that. That is enough. No desire, deserve it. So no doership. That is most important. In doership is gone, everything goes. So let us pray to Him who is seated in all our hearts as indwelling reality to bless us to get rid of this doership and enjoyership. Always make us remember it is you who is seated in us, or the real doer. We are only an instruments in your hands. Make us aware of that. Feel your presence always. Make us feel your presence. You are there, but we know, but we forget. Kindly bless us. Only by your grace it is possible to remember. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Om Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om. Pranams to you all. Hari Om.